Ganja is a bad drug. Ganja is a dangerous plant. Ganja needs to be eradicated from the society. Ganja is an evil flower. Ganja is so bad to the youth. Ganja is so bad to anyone who consumes it. Ganja can create diseases in the physical body. Ganja can take your mental focus and attention and creativity, all of these things away. Ganja can make you a lazy person. Ganja can make you waste your entire life. Ganja can make you that do violent crimes that you would often not do if you're not under the influence of some kind of a nasha that the government uses. These are the kind of statements that are often run by our politicians, our news media channels, our police, which are all completely ignorant. They have no substance in value because they're talking out of their pure ignorance. So, what is ganja really? Ganja is a sacred plant. Ganja has been used for millenniums. Ganja has been used since the beginning of humanity, and the way they discovered agriculture, the way foods were discovered, the way medicinal plants were discovered, the way many kind of entheogens or spiritual drugs were discovered. That is how ganja was retained in the society for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, both in terms of its ability to create religious experience, both in terms, also in terms of its spiritual awareness, and also for its medicinal values. Now, the one thing that everyone needs to understand is the plant has a particular wavelength. So, what is the wavelength of cannabis? What is the frequency of cannabis? Every food has a certain amount of energy, like the same way every medicinal plant has a certain level of energy. And when it comes to cannabis, ganja is one of the most energetic medicinal plant or a spiritual plant known to human being. It is in fact, like going to calm you down. It is going to relax you. It is going to uplift you. It is going to erase your sorrow. It is going to erase your boredom. It is going to give you good sleep. It is going to give you good appetite. It can enhance your awareness. It can make you focus. It can make you get things done. It can make you be creative in life. It can give you one of the most wonderful experiences of your interactions with nature. It can give you access to have some of the most beautiful conversations with your friends or family or your social circles. It is going to erase the stress away from your mind, even for if it is for a small amount of time. It does that, and then once you come out of it, it's not going to be an addictive substance, but in fact it's not biologically addictive at all. But the government has to constantly use all of these things in order to propagate it. Now, the ultimate thing about cannabis and the most profound experience is what cannabis can do and cannabis can give that no other plants in a way can do to you is its ability to bring your whole attention and awareness within yourself. And that is all the spiritual experiences that we want to inculcate within ourselves is all about. You can do that with yoga, you can do that with meditation, you can do that with by understanding greater knowledge by the Mahavidyas that we talk about. But still, having knowledge is one thing, having a direct experience is one thing. Only the person who has consumed this particular plant, once the person is lifted their spirit to a particular frequency and a wavelength, they're the only ones who know what this plant is all about. And yet we have all sorts of morons who haven't used cannabis continue to dictate on a media level, on a national level, on an international level, that this thing is dangerous. It is only dangerous to them because they are not going to be able to make money off this entire thing if the plant is completely set free. The plant is prohibited. The plant is taken away from human beings. It is one of the most medicinal plants. It has the ability to cure a lot of diseases. And even if a person is not diseased and if he is stressed, and the person is having the ability to take that particular stress away so that the life can be lived in a normal way. Of course, life can be lived in a normal way by using certain kinds of yogic practices or breathing practices or exercises or many other activities that we can do. But still, all of those things apart, this particular plant has a particular frequency and a wavelength that can bring you from an elevated levels of stress into a very relaxed state. Or for certain people, it can be a normal thing, and it can create heightened levels of paranoia, the fear of death, and what is happening to them that they don't know. Those experiences are really magical for a small amount of time. Nothing toxic or nothing lethal is going to happen to that human being. The paranoia is teaching you something, and that is also heightened levels of awareness in the consciousness that it can last for maybe about 15 minutes to 30 minutes or 45 minutes. That is going to create your first spiritual experience, the ability for the ego to dissolve and die for a brief amount or period of time. So the wavelength of cannabis or the frequency of cannabis is something that no one really talks about, but yet they have all the abilities to keep on saying that cannabis is a bad drug. But in fact, and in reality, and as the history has taught us, it is not really a dangerous thing. And only because of the modern government and modern international policies and their levels of totalitarian control into making sure that the entire society is under their control, that is the reason why cannabis is prohibited. But if you really study what is the wavelength or what is the frequency of cannabis, you must do it yourself, or you must at least speak to hundreds of people who have actually done it and have a collective experience or an accumulated knowledge, and not just an opinion that is coming out of your